Hi friends, it's Mrs. Merz here again. And last time we were together, we toured around St. Paul's looking at everything in bloom for spring. And I said I would be back and we would be doing more gardening together. And here I am in my backyard. And in honor of Earth Day happening this week, I thought we would plant some seeds together. So I want to show you what I've gathered just in my garage and in my own home. If you don't have a normal flower pot, I know some of our friends paint the flower pots at school and then we plant the seeds in them. If you don't have flower pots at home, we have used these little peat pots before. You can plant in them and the roots start to grow outside the pot, and you can actually plant these directly in the ground. If you don't have these, perhaps you have a biodegradable egg carton. And because it's Earth Day, and because we're talking about reusing, recycling, you could reuse an egg carton like this, plant seeds in each of the egg compartments, and then this too will break down when you plant it directly into the soil in the ground. Or we also had a lot of these. Perhaps you've seen these from takeout and the drinks go inside. You can sow seeds directly into these as well, these little cardboard drink holders. So you have a lot of options. Before we actually begin in planting the seeds, I want to show you everything I have here. Now you may have flower seeds at home. That's great too. I have vegetable seeds here because I like to plant and grow a lot of food for my family. So I want to show you all of the different varieties of vegetables that we're going to be planting. These are watermelons, and just like the watermelon seed that you eat, they're a little brownish black. They're fairly large for a seed. So we have watermelon seeds. These are actually a large seed compared to something smaller, like say a cucumber. These are cucumbers. Perhaps you like to eat cucumbers raw. Have you ever eaten a pickle? A pickle is a cucumber. Can you believe that? Rip this open here. And there, they are a little bit smaller, and those are white. I have spaghetti squash, which I love to eat spaghetti squash. My family likes spaghetti squash too. They're a little bit larger than the cucumber seed. I have green beans. They're yummy to eat raw or cooked, and they're fairly large too. There's the green bean seeds there. So they're easy to seed. Some flower seeds are very, very tiny, and sometimes they're hard to plant. I have green bean seeds here too, and these are all green bean seeds, but these are actually brown. They are a similar color to our watermelon seed. Then, back in the fall, in Mrs. Wiltshire's class in Science Central, we had a big pumpkin experiment. And we cut up a lot of pumpkins, and Mrs. Merz and Mrs. Wiltshire saved all the seeds. So we have really large pumpkin seeds. These were from the biggest pumpkin we carved, which is just a regular old jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. We carved something that was called a zebra pumpkin, which was striped green and orange, and here were the zebra pumpkin seeds. Look at those. Isn't it interesting that same pumpkin, same type of species pumpkins, but different seeds? We also had blue pumpkins, and these were the blue pumpkin seeds. So look how different they all look. So in order to plant seeds, the thing you need is soil. So I have my soil here in a bucket, and I'm going to show each. We'll start with the pot first. I'm going to fill the pot with soil. Now I don't want it to be in the tippy top. I want to leave a little bit down because when you water, you need some place for the water to go. You don't want it to spill over. So we don't want to pack it too far in either, because seeds need that air in the soil to grow best, so that their roots can grow through the soil nicely and that they don't have to fight that compacted soil. So there's our soil there in the pot. Let's say we wanted to plant a pumpkin seed. Now you could use your finger to make the hole, or you could use a stick or a pencil. A pot like this, I would say you could probably put 2 or 3 seeds in. So I'm going to make the hole nice and deep there. Put my big pumpkin seed in, drop it in, cover it over. Put in another seed, cover it over. I'm going to put one more in. Push it down. Make sure your seeds are nice and covered over. This was pumpkin. And how am I going to remember that? I have to make a tag, because Mrs. Merz will certainly forget. So craft sticks or popsicle sticks or little pieces of paper make great tags so we know what we planted. So I'm going to put large pumpkin on here, because I have a lot of different types of pumpkin seeds I want to plant. So we're going to put large pumpkin. Let's say if we wanted to use our egg carton. Remember, in honor of keeping our planet nice and healthy on Earth Day, we want to make sure that we're reusing and recycling. Now my boys dyed Easter eggs and had their Easter dye in there. That's okay. So we could put 3 plants in here. So we're going to fill it with soil. And we're going to pat it down. I think I want to make this green beans. So I'm going to get my green beans. And I think I'm going to put this is a little bit smaller than that. So I'm going to put 1 green bean seed in each of the little egg spots. So 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, 4, 5, 6. So I need 6 seeds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to sow the seed directly in the middle, push it all the way down, and cover it over. You want to make sure that none of the seed is showing at the top. It's nicely deeply planted. And now you give it a gentle push down to kind of tuck that seed in. Okay, let's make 2 more holes. 1 green bean seed and 2 green bean seeds. There we go. Remember, it's important to always label so we know what we're sowing. So green beans goes here. Now, it's important that you don't keep your seeds outside yet. Our nights are still cool and our plants need it to be warmer. So a great place to put your seed pots right now would be a windowsill where it's nice and sunny, or a little table close to a window where it can get proper sunlight every day. It's also important to make sure that you're watering your seeds. Check and make sure that that soil is nice and damp every day, and give it a little squirt with a squirt bottle, or just very little drops from a cup. You don't want to overwater your seeds because you could really wash the seeds out. So there's our egg carton planting. Let's do one more. We'll use our cup holder here. Put some soil in there. Now, because there's holes in the bottom of these containers and you're going to be bringing them inside, it's important that you put them maybe on a tray or a piece of cardboard so the soil isn't dripping throughout your house. Your mom and dad would be really happy if you didn't make a giant mess while gardening with Mrs. Merz in your house. Okay. So we're going to move this around. yet again, we're repurposing this. This once held coffee cups, and now it's gonna hold seeds. So that's a great way to help our earth. We're not using any plastic pots. We're using recycled materials, or these are terracotta pots that once your seed grows bigger and you can plant it in the ground, you can reuse them. So we're not making trash here, which is important, especially on Earth Day. So what should we plant here? Perhaps we should plant some watermelons. Look at those watermelons, that nice green rind with that pink red center. Now I'm gonna put 2 seeds per cup holder here because sometimes our seeds don't always sprout. So it's always good to have an extra one as backup. So yet again with my stick or my finger or my pencil, I'm making a hole, putting in the seed, and I'm pressing it down. Now in a few days, you might see a sprout emerging. And then in a couple weeks, we may have a lot of sprouts emerging. And your sprout may have 1 or 2 leaves already. When they get that big, it's time to repot. If it's not yet ready to go outside, we can put it in a bigger pot and continue to grow it indoors. As a rule of thumb, we wait until Mother's Day to put our seedlings outside because usually by then it's frost-free. Okay, I have 1 more spot to go. Okay, patting them down. I'm writing watermelon on here so my brain remembers what I planted. I'm putting it in. Friends, I miss gardening with you so very much, but I really want to try to garden with you at home. So if we grow our seeds together and keep checking in, we can see how well things are going. So the next time I'll send you a video will be when my plants are sprouting up. I hope that your plants will be sprouting up too. Thanks for stopping by and gardening with Mrs. Merz today. Have a great day and happy Earth Day.